Then they put schedules together, they work with the pilots, and then they control the airspace during the air show. And everything they say, we have to do. No questions asked.
Je sais ça. Mesdames et messieurs, maintenant, les avions jaunes dans le ciel de Gatineau reviennent au décollage de Fleet Finch. Écoutez le moteur Cornell. Les avions jaunes des ailes d'époque du Canada, mesdames et messieurs. Pendant qu'on décolle, laissez-moi vous parler de ce qu'ont fait ces avions durant la Deuxième Guerre mondiale.
To being officially inserted into the Royal Canadian Air Force Service, and I believe you'll have a chance to take a look at those airplanes. Interestingly enough, they're in similar paint jobs to the aircraft that we're seeing flying by.
130 000 personnes durant cette période-là. Dans les circuits, un peu partout dans les aérodromes au Canada, on pouvait avoir peut-être 5, 6, peut-être même 10 appareils dans le même circuit. Donc, il y avait beaucoup de circulation et la façon de reconnaître, et si jamais il y avait un incident, un atterrissage forcé, les appareils jaunes sont facilement reconnaissables. Donc, la couleur. Le Finch de l'école d'entraînement, c'est le modèle. Effectivement, et également, ce qui est intéressant de voir, alors qu'on voit un biplan, le Fleet Finch, on a peut-être l'impression que c'est un appareil qui date. Regardez et soyez vraiment généreux pour Alexis Limoges-Mongeau qui s'élance, mesdames et messieurs, pour son premier week-end de spectacle aérien. Un pilote chevronné, on en parlera un peu.
Above the ground. Lots of airspeed coming out of that maneuver. He's going to repeat it, going the opposite direction, up on the 45-degree line. Again, looking at his altimeter, looking out the window to see that he's maintaining that 45-degree line. Now rolling upside down. The airplane on its back pulls back on the stick because when you're upside down, the controls are reversed. And there you have, the reverse Cuban 8, it's a figure 8 line on its side.
Le bretzel dans le ciel. Boucle. On tire sur le manche et on fait un cercle parfait dans le ciel de Gatineau.
Lots of airspeed on the indicator, looking for +4 to 5 Gs on the pull-up. He lets it hang there for just a second, and now he rounds out the bottom side or the second half of that classic Barnstormers loop. One of the first aerobatic maneuvers you'll learn when training to fly aerobatics.
Il faut aller au maximum de ce CG6 Landshine et on va tirer sur le manche pour se lancer encore une fois dans une belle grande boucle.
Looking over his shoulder at the horizon across the wingtips. Now he's looking up straight up through the canopy to pick up the horizon as he comes down the backside. Another beautifully executed Barnstormers loop right here at Show Center.
Et lorsqu'on fait une boucle comme ça, la fumée nous permet de voir, mais normalement... La version de la neuve maintenant, et je sais, Ken, que tu n'aimes pas le nom, c'est le tonneau barriqué. The barrel roll, but you don't like that thing.
That's true. I like to call this the kegger roll, because we all know keggers have way more fun than six-packers.
If you say so.
That maneuver also a classic dogfighting maneuver, one of the earliest type of maneuvers that...
Ils sont peut-être se retrouver derrière. Maintenant, il revient avec le tonneau, hésitation, et on continue le tonneau.
Now, should qualify everything that I just said about Alexi's career as an airline captain. I can guarantee you, topside pass. Give him a wave as Alexi goes by.
l'atterrissage, on ça qui va avoir un large sourire. Alexis Limoges-Mongeau revient. Alexis Limoges-Mongeau à l'atterrissage aux commandes de ce superbe appareil chinois, le Nanshine CG6.
And as he very gently sets back down on runway 09 here at the Gatineau Airport, I know Alexi would love to say thank you to his coach and Dan Fortet for supplying him with the Nanchang CJ6. And as Michelle has mentioned, give him away because, folks, history has been made. Alexi now has his very first airshow performance officially.
Aujourd'hui, l'équipe canadienne de démonstration de ce qu'on appelle le wall contact. L'ensemble des techniques de patriotisme a créé des stocks pour croiser la barre et faire des vols acrobatiques dans le ciel. Our first jumper out of the plane is Master Corporal Brian Roberts, a material management technician from Hamilton, Ontario. Jumpers coming together into a three-stack already are Captain Joachim Perret from Navy, Quebec, a signals officer and our team captain. Captain Elliot Expert from Vermont, Quebec, an aerospace engineer.
C'est drôle, ça.
Our jumpers coming in from Aero Center, just breaking that Canadian T apart, just above the ground. Please, one more time, give it up for our solar flag and Canadian T. More Skyhawks have exited the aircraft. Those first two jumpers are Corporal Benjamin Barrett from Kingston, Ontario, an airdrop systems technician. And with him, Sergeant Kimbo Condé from Victoriaville, Quebec, an infantry with the 3rd Battalion, Royal Rangers of Gatineau. Et deux premiers totales sur la capitale Benjamin Barrett de Kingston, Ontario, une technicienne des systèmes de langage. Et avec lui, c'est le sergent Thibault Grandin de Victorino, Québec, un fantassin avec le 3e bataillon Royal 22e Régiment. C'est ce qu'on appelle la prise pneumatique. Barrel rolling now, downplaning towards the ground at 55 miles an hour. Both jumpers spinning around the other as they pull those canopies back up, knife edging through the air, creating some speed. Pinwheeling now at many tool. One jumper spinning around the other. Pinwheeling back around to the other side, making their way right towards show center, towards the crowd. As they get lower to the ground, pinwheeling another time, you can see how those jumpers are held together without straps or cords. Just physical fitness and teamwork keeping them together as they barrel roll around again, approaching the area for their landing pattern. Downplaning towards the ground, pulling it up into a butterfly, reversing their course just above the ground, breaking apart. Please give it up for our aerobatics team. Imagine what it feels like to be dragged through the air, upside down. That formation being steered into the correct position by Sergeant Jones on top. As Sergeant Jones breaks away, the last two jumpers remain in a downplane towards the ground, the speed highlighted excellently by the smoke trailing behind them before they explode apart, and they'll make their way towards the drop zone for their landing. Class Kate Stewart to Halifax, New Orleans, but it's actually Petty Officer Second Class Kate Stewart from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Follow that smoke as she gets into position for her formation. You want to get your cameras ready for this next one, ladies and gentlemen. Through the sky. How dizzy do you think she is right now?
Dizzy.
She'll start to make her way towards the drop zone for her landing. The first formation we saw in today's demonstration that we call the compressed T. Alors qu'ils descendent sur la rouleur, cet empilage-3 se transforme rapidement en version plus serrée de la formation T canadienne, ce que nous appelons le T compresse. Sergeant Lukoski deploying smoke now. Making their way towards the crowd from left of show center. Canopies into 183 arc or half circle that we call the try-by-side. Now creating more space between their canopies, down
a baissé la musique pour que vous puissiez entendre le rugissement des mermen.
On the roll right now, the Hawker Hurricane.
D'un des chasseurs emblématiques de la bataille d'Angleterre particulièrement, le Spitfire.
And last but hardly least, just becoming airborne, the P-51 Mustang.
Les 480 km/h. Côte à côte maintenant, nos trois chasseurs. De la formation, nous avons le Spitfire maintenant.
Mustang. And a fighter of World War II. Look at this in trail.
Nous apparaît un autre appareil de chasse de cette belle période, celui qui est une vedette du Pacifique, le Corsair. Ce corsaire qui est l'un des 540 corsaires que les États-Unis ont envoyés en Nouvelle-Zélande durant la Deuxième Guerre mondiale. Il est revenu aux États-Unis il y a seulement une quinzaine d'années de la Nouvelle-Zélande. Et Louis adore piloter ce corsaire en spectacle aérien. Souvent, on le voit apparaître d'ailleurs au côté de F-35 ou de F-18 en formation serrée.
Serving mainly in World War II in the Pacific Theater, the Corsair was the finest carrier-based fighter deployed by
la Deuxième Guerre mondiale. Développé et construit originellement par la compagnie Transwar, il fut également fabriqué sur licence par Goodyear au niveau de l'effort de la guerre. Les ailes distinctives en forme de W étaient conçues afin de permettre l'utilisation d'un atterrissage plus court, mais surtout robuste sur les ailes, tout en permettant
aerodynamic benefits for greater streamlining. There's 1, 2, 3. And now for the 4-point hesitation roll by Louis Marshall in the Corsair.
Également, donc, et à 1h30, on aura les Skyhawks qui seront là. Donc, plein de gens rencontrés. Ne vous contentez pas de voir ces avions dans le ciel, allez voir les personnes qui les pilotent.
Now, Michelle, I know that you told the crowd a little earlier on that I don't actually speak a lot of French, but I knew exactly what you were talking about. Music track here as our PC-12 takes to the air.
Donc, ce spectacle est proof.
Mystical magic is what you're applause as they fly by in a formation that we don't think we've ever seen in an air show before. about the PT6 Incorporated, it is both Michelle and my pleasure to present to you the MiG 17F. You are about to witness the power, the speed, the maneuverability of the vulnerable MiG-17, the jet that initially owned the skies over Southeast Asia, helped to save lives of U.S. warfighters, and indirectly created what we've all seen in the Top Gun movies.
Oui, vous avez bien entendu. 17. Recommande du MiG-17, numéro 17. Le MiG-17 adopte une flèche beaucoup plus prononcée.
And on that pass, you probably noticed the improved wing and sweep design on that MiG-17. 45 degrees near the fuselage and changing to 42 degrees toward the wing spins.
1150 km/h et grimper à une vitesse de 4200 mètres par minute.
To the wow factor of the MiG-17.
Dangerous wall.
They're pumping a lot of smoke. There comes Trevor Rafferty.
À pleine vitesse maintenant, Trevor Rafferty aux commandes de son.
Almost a total finish. I don't know what else to do, Michelle, but I see some big thumbs up. How about here at Line West and all my friends from the Big Beer Reunion? How are you all enjoying the show? Wow. And how about everyone in the President's Club? Oh, they've been enjoying themselves. How about everyone at the western end of the spectator area? You having a good time?
That's Whitey.
We are having a good time too. Over the runway by Melanor 737-300. And boy,
Et vous savez, on est vraiment prévenus. La gauche, de l'ouest, mesdames et messieurs, réparez vos appareils photo, c'est très rare qu'on a l'occasion de voir ce type de formation, c'est-à-dire le passage photo du 1737. La manette des gaz du CF-18, ce ne sera pas pour le spectacle aérien en tant que tel, parce que l'admission, il doit aller faire des survols de certaines régions. chef d'affaires Ron Fournier. Dan a également été pilote en chef pour l'équipe de voltige aérienne de Northern Lights, où il a obtenu sa certification sur l'avion de haute performance, comme le Cougar Magistère, le L29 Downwood et le L39 Across.
As you see, we have the first jumper out, that is Mary Wright, and our second jumper is Gary Hall. Now, they are flying sport canopies. They are canopies that recreational skydivers use most times. We would like to demonstrate the different types of parachutes that are used. One for recreational skydiving, and two for demonstration jumps. Now, these parachutes are certified for doing parachute demonstration jumps as well. The second pass, we will have our larger parachutes that fly a lot slower. Now, you notice these canopies are flying faster. Further to the right, that is Gary Hall, and over here to our left, we see Mary Wright. Gary Hall has approximately 3,000 jumps, and he's a computer tech guy. I don't know exactly what he does digitally. He tells me, but I don't understand. But if you have something wrong with your computer or have something to figure out, he will do that. He's also a skydiving champion, holding records in world formation flying. Mary has been jumping for the past 30 years. She has over 6,000 jumps, and she is a CSPA instructor, examiner, and a pilot and parachute rigger. She and her husband operated a parachute center for more than 30 years in Great Bend, one of the premier skydiving centers in Canada. As you see, Gary is starting his downwind leg for his descent. Pretty soon he'll be turning base and then final. This is a 190 square foot canopy. He's making his final turn. And just watch as he comes down, he's going to flare the canopy. Delivered to the Royal Canadian Air Force in April of 1952 at a value of $78,000. part of our demonstration as he backs in towards the airport. He'll point the nose down. He's got his target in sight as he continues to approach the target right about here, and he says, trigger now.
Les portes typiques qu'on appelle amicalement les typiques.
I suppose Bam Bam got tired of doing touch and goes on runway 27, so we're going to switch it up here. And he's, yeah, it looks like he's going to do a touch and go here on runway 09 now. This one coming in from the left with just a slight tailwind this time.
Mesdames et messieurs, maintenant vous allez le voir de plus près. Notre CF-18. Et saluez bien haut au passage le colonel Philippe Wilson aux commandes de notre CF-18. On le salue pour lui laisser savoir qu'on a apprécié sa présence et sa prestation en ce samedi de spectacle aérien ici à Aero Gatineau 2025.
Good look, close-up look at your Royal Canadian Air Force CF-18 Hornet with Colonel Renison at the controls. Again, from 3-wing at Bagotville, Quebec. And as he taxis by, good close-up look at that spoof canopy I was talking about.
Ouais, on voit bien sûr.
Painted under the underside. Now turning final off to the western end of the field. Captain Jesse Haggers-Smith, call sign Moto, in the CF-18 Hornet, the first of two touch and goes here at the Gatineau Airport. The available time in our performance, so we're going to